We see Hulk angrier than ever, screaming as he carries his dead wife, ready to unleash a fury on Marvel's heroes like never seen before. You see, some time ago, a team known as the Illuminati, consisting of heroes like Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Reed Richards, and Black Bolt, decided that Hulk was far too dangerous for Earth. So, they exiled him to what they thought was a peaceful planet where he couldn't harm anyone. But once Hulk realized what was happening, he grew angry and disappointed, smashing the ship from the inside. Because of this, the ship went off course, and instead, he landed on a violent, war-torn planet called Sakar. Hulk is blown away, but as Medusa and Black Bolt begin to leave, they hear. I didn't come here for a whisper. I want to hear you scream. As Hulk jumps, we see the military, the President, and Tony Stark realizing that something is happening on the moon. And that's when we see Hulk's spaceship already on Earth. Hulk explains to everyone that he came here to smash, and tells the citizens who they should blame for the invasion, revealing how the Illuminati exiled him from Earth, sending him to the worst planet possible, hoping he would be killed. Hulk returns to his ship and prepares to leave, but Iron Man instantly launches a counterattack, tapping into Stark's satellites to strike Hulk from orbit. However, Hulk's alien ship locks into the system first, seizing control of the satellites before Tony can fire, and the stolen weapons unleash their blast on Iron Man himself, leaving him writhing in pain. As Hulk leaves, Doctor Strange appears and warns Tony that Hulk has never been angrier and never been stronger than he is now. He tells Tony they have only 24 hours to prepare and that this could be the end for all of them. Finally, the President contacts Iron Man and simply asks for God to help them all. Stop for a second. If you're this far into the story, you know this is a moment in Marvel that changed everything. And if you don't want to miss the next epic breakdown, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. It helps us bring more untold stories to life. Now, let's get back to the chaos, because the arrival of one man is about to tear the world apart. That's when Hercules and the others step in to try and stop him. On top of that, Hulk's longest-run antagonist, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, arrives with soldiers, tanks, and helicopters to launch a full-scale assault. Ross strikes Hulk so hard that even Strange notices his defenses fall, finally giving him the chance to slip inside Hulk's mind. The President orders the call to be made, while a woman warns him to choose his words carefully, since Sentry is unpredictable and fears the very world he's meant to protect. But as the President speaks to him and receives only silence, he finally breaks.
This is your last chance to surrender.
All right, Reynolds. It's time to shake the schizo act and do what needs to be done. That's when we see Iron Man, Reed, and the others imprisoned by Hulk. But then Tony suddenly says, "We've tried to explain again and again, but you won't listen. So this is your last chance to surrender." And that's when we see that Sentry has finally joined the fight. Hulk warns that he doesn't want this fight, but Sentry insists that he does, because Hulk is the only being alive who can take his punch without instantly dying. Bruce looks at him and smiles. But that's when one of his war-bound Meek, the same one who urged to let Tony and Reed die, begins screaming, demanding to know where the Hulk is. And the others point to Bruce, showing him that it was Banner all along. Rick approaches Bruce and tries to talk to him, but that's when Meek steps forward and suddenly stabs Rick straight through the chest. He then reveals that he saw the Red King's followers load an unstable warp core onto the shuttle, knowing it would eventually explode. And when he witnessed it, he chose to stay silent because he believed the blast wouldn't kill Hulk, but instead awaken the monster within and prove who he really was. The rest of Hulk's warbound turn on Meek, furious that his silence cost countless families their lives. Overcome with rage, Hulk unleashes a surge of power so immense it triggers an earthquake felt across the world, screaming to others that he hates him as much as he hates himself. And then tells Tony, "Do it before I break the world. God, help us all." The satellite strikes Hulk, and as he screams, he envisions his wife once more. At last, he reverts to his human form, collapsing on the ground as every hero looks on. And finally, in the aftermath, S.H.I.E.L.D. arrives and takes Banner into custody, placing him in a specially designed underground cell from which there is no escape. The World War Hulk event proved two things: that the Illuminati were monsters, and that the only thing more terrifying than the Hulk is the man who finally had to stop him. If you were in Sentry's position, would you have intervened sooner, knowing the massive risk of unleashing your own void power? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into Marvel's most tragic storylines. Thanks for watching.